Welcome back. As investment realization in the energy sector sluggish, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources projects that the total investment realization this year will only reach 70% of the realization in 2019.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources projects that total investment in the energy and natural resources sector in 2020 will only reach 70% of previous year's realization. The Ministry Secretary General Ego Shahrial said that COVID-19 has affected and hit various sectors, including energy and natural resources. Regarding that, investment realization this year is projected to be 30% lower than the realization in 2019, which reached $31.9 billion. However, the ministry is optimistic that in the next year or in 2021, investment activities in the energy and mineral resources sector will recover, in line with the hope of economic recovery, supported by the presence of the COVID-19 vaccine. The optimism is also based on the vital role of energy sector to the economy, especially oil and gas segment. In order to pursue the realization target in 2021, the Ministry Secretary General emphasized that the government continues to make efforts to improve existing regulations in order to make the investment climate in the country more attractive, competitive, and conducive. From all sources, for IDX Channel.
A severe economic situation due to the pandemic has also influenced investment realization in Indonesia's energy sector. How significant is the impact on investment realization and how much has the investment been realized so far? Let's take a look at the data in the following graphics. This is the 2021 investment realization projection in the energy sector. Seems like the new and renewable energy recorded the lowest investment realization projection in 2021. It was recorded to $2.9 billion. Mineral and coal, $6.4 billion. Electricity, $9.9 billion. And oil and gas, $18 billion. The COVID-19 pandemic has hit the global economy, and the energy sector has been one of the affected sectors. It is reflected by the investment realization data in the energy sector, which is slowing down, or it can be said that it's still not close to the realization of the previous year. However, in the midst of a investment realization slowdown, there is one interesting data where investment in the mining services increased until the third quarter of 2020, up by 25.4% year on year. Where this higher investment included purchases of mining equipment, infrastructure, and others. And one more note from the mineral and coal sector is the government believes that investment realization in this sector will increase after the issuance of the mineral and coal law, which is expected to stimulate investor interest. Of course, we are looking forward to the positive results from that. And viewers, how much actually the investment realization in the energy sector year by year? Let's check it through the next graphic. Okay, this is investment realization in the energy sector. As you can see, the blue one indicates for oil and gas, and then the red one for electricity, green one for mineral and coal, and purple for new and renewable energy. And based on the realization until October 2020, which only reached $17.7 billion, there is still a gap of at least $5 to $6 billion to meet the optimistic target set by the government. Meanwhile, regarding the achievements from previous years and up to October 2020, energy observers assessed that the government has not been serious in working on the potential for renewable energy, where every year it is clear that investment realization in the energy sector is always dominated by the oil and gas sector, which is undeniable that the sector is still attracting more and more investment. Then, what about the government's projection regarding the realization of investment in the energy sector in 2021? Let's see the numbers in the next graphic. Actually, I already read the data on the previous graphic, but I'm going to read it again. This is 2021 investment realization projection in the energy sector. Oil and gas, $18 billion. Electricity, $9.9 billion. Mineral and coal, $6.4 billion US dollar, and new and renewable energy 2.9 billion US dollar. For the first graphic, actually, is about investment realization in the energy sector by October 2020. And then the graphic that I just read is about 2021 investment realization projection in the energy sector. The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources is optimistic that next year investment activities in the energy sector will recover in line with the expectations of a recovery in the national economy, which is supported by the presence of the COVID-19 vaccine. In 2021, the total investment realization is projected to rebound to 37.2 billion US dollar, although it must be admitted that again, the oil and gas sector will be the leading sector. But one interesting thing is the government continues to try to pursue the realization of more investment in the new renewable energy sector, which is estimated to reach 2.9 billion US dollar. And it is in line with the statement of the coordinating minister for the economic affairs, who asked that the development of the environmentally friendly energy sector be able to exceed the predetermined targets, which of course requires more efforts from various parties. So what are the government's strategies to achieve the target next year? We're going to see it through the next graphic. These are the list of strategies to achieve the 2021 energy investment realization. The first one is improvement of various regulations, reducing crude oil imports, encouraging the development of electricity energy infrastructure, and accelerate the development of new and renewable energy, or EBT. We compile the data from Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources. And in order to achieve the 2021 target, the government stated that it continues to make improvements, especially in regulations, where in the future, the direction of national energy policy is no longer just to seek income, but energy as a driver of national development. This step is accompanied by the government's efforts to provide various facilities in order to maintain a more competitive and conducive investment climate. And hopefully the recovery of the national economy will be able to stimulate investment interest in the domestic energy sector and create a positive domino effect. Stay tuned with Market Headlines because we'll be right back after this quick break.